Hi guys, this is Emma_KE. It's a brand new day. To my new subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me so far. I am here at Marwa's villa. Today we came across Massai. Massai, habari yako?
Salama.
Doesn't understand English but we'll just talk. So Massai, metuletea nini?
Metuletea dawa.
Wacha tuone. I'm asking him what he brought for us. He has come with some herbs here. So labda utueleze moja moja.
Hii ndio kukata kuharisha. Kukata kuharisha tumbo. Kama tumbo linaharisha.
Oh, this is for diarrhea.
Hii ndio ile kama ile amoeba.
Yeah, amoeba. Oh, this one treats amoeba.
Hii kama nikienda choo ngumu.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Nalainisha.
Oh, this is when you have constipation.
Hii ndio ni kibano pneumonia.
Okay. When you have pneumonia, you take this.
Hii ndio kama tumbo na nguruma ile na spot. Kuruga tumbo kama nikikula chakula na nguruma. Ndio inasababishwa.
This is when you have a stomach upset. It looks like charcoal. Hii ni ile inakaa makaa. This looks like activated charcoal, guys. I know this is good for the stomach. Na ije.
Hii ndio unatoa ile kisonono kama mtu ambaye anaenda kukojoa ile mbaya. Ile mkojo ya njano. Hii ndio inasafishwa.
Okay. Let me see. Sasa hizi mnatoa wapi? Where do you get this from? Mnazitoa wapi?
Hizi. Si unatoa polini ya nyumbani.
Na nani aliwafundisha hizi madawa?
Mababu zenu unafundisha sisi wakati wadogo kama saa.
I'm asking him who taught him about these medicines. He's saying that they were taught by their grandparents and their great grandparents from when they were young. Okay. So wewe unaenda ukiuza. Sasa naona pia hapa kuna ingine. Hii ni nini? Hii ni asali. This is honey, guys, from the forest. So he sells per cup. So unauza aje?
Nataka nifungue.
Nauliza tu inauzwa aje kwa kikombe?
Nauza kikombe 200 tu.
Oh, he sells 1 cup at 200. Hiyo kadogo?
Hiyo ni sio kadogo.
Okay, he's selling a cup of honey at 200 shillings. So umekuja huku kuuza. Okay. So guys, that is our Maasai. Came to sell his herbs and honey. Yeah. This is Emma_KE. I'm here at the villa and today we have some Maasai guests. I've been very curious to see what they are selling.
So this is for backache, headache.
Yes. They're explaining what they're selling, some herbs.
That's good. Yes.
Wow.
Unatoka pande gani hapa?
Hii si black pepper.
No.
Peppercorns.
Kwa Kimasai hii mnaitaje? Olodwa.
Segete.
Segete. Yolodo ye segete.
Wale wanao segete
ni mingi, segete ni nyingi huko na zitendo. Nimeona hivi nikajua ni segete.
You understand that language?
Massai, yeah.
You are a Maasai?
There. That's our place when we have land there. That's the place we did. Yeah. Hayo ni mzuri. Jogi na saini na bo.
How much is that one? Maybe you can explain in English. Can you explain to us? Elector. Maybe.
He's saying it's 50 bob. So I want to buy this.
Is that how much?
50 Kenya shillings only.
Okay. One set or one?
This one only.
One.
Yeah, it's 50.
So you can buy.
Yeah. Mnatumia Mpesa?
Maybe they can also explain. Ama washa explain.
I shall explain.
hiyo.
Oh, those are herbs.
You have to stop first.
I will stop.
I'm here with Electa.
It's underscore Electa.
It's underscore Electa.
Yeah.
I heard you speaking Kimasai.
Yeah, I know Massais because we used to stay in Massais. Even now we have land in Massai land in Narok, and we have already built the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
So are you a Maasai by tribe?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm from New Zealand,
Oh,
but we
you
used
just
to
know-
stay there
you
for
just
about
know-
20 good years.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because when we were interviewing the Maasais and what they had brought, I heard you speaking with them so well.
Yeah,
So you know everything about them.
I know everything. Everything.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Even if, for example, when you greet somebody like in the morning, you just say soba,
Soba,
and he answered heva.
heba,
Or you can
soba,
say-
heba.
Yeah. There is another greeting. You can say takwenya,
Uh-huh.
and the one who answers says ego.
Ego.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds very interesting.
When you say come, you say whoa.
Whoa.
Come here, you say whoa and nay.
Whoa and nay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something
The
else
only
you want to
one
know?
I've been hearing is Ero.
Hero.
Soba.
Hero is like something like a boy. You can call a boy hero.
Ero soba.
Yeah. Hero soba. Kijana habari yako.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you have to have respect. When you greet a Maasai, somebody who is elder than you, you have to go and give him a head and he touches your head. This is
Oh,
respect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
you.
somebody who is you have same age. Habari yako. Say soba.
Yeah, soba.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good to be respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, many of our cultures have that. Even
Yeah.
here in Yabuhanzi, I noticed it is the small kids who greet the elders.
Yeah,
They
the
say,
small
"Shikamo,
kids.
shikamo,
Shikamo
shikamo."
marhaba.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the other way around. It is the small kids who greet their elders.
Yeah.
Which is very respectful.
Yeah, much respect. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Something else you want to know from the
I
Maasai?
don't know. Maybe you you can tell me since you're the one who knows.
Oh my God, something like when you want to ask for water, drinking water, you just say njogi enkare.
Njogi enkare is water.
Enkare is water. Njogi nipe maji.
Okay.
Njogi enkare.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about the food? What do Maasais eat?
The Maasai,
They
they
like
just
a
eat
lot of
ugali with
meat,
vegetable, but mostly it's meat and blood.
blood.
Yeah. They just boil blood, mix with meat and some medicine from the forest. They just mix and use.
And there are so many Maasais, like the ones who came today, who sell these herbs
Medicine,
and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I was trying to ask one of them, where do they learn all these things from? He said
They just learn from their ancestors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they just follow from their ancestors.
And they are all legitimate. If you take this, you're healed. Like he was telling me, he had some medicine for diarrhea, for
STD.
pneumonia, even STDs.
Yeah, they have.
And they all work.
They work. I think they
Wow.
work because me, I have been using them.
You
they
have?
work. Yeah.
Wow.
Like sometimes
You don't
we-
buy, you don't go to the chemist.
No. When I'm in Narok, I just use the
The
forest natural medicine.
You know how to get them, or you just buy from the Maasai?
I buy from the Maasai because they're our neighbors.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Mhm.
Guys, have you ever tried herbal medicine? Okay, but we know a few of them, like just the normal ginger, garlic, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Guys,
This is my
this is-
channel.
It's Electa.
It's
Okay, it's
Electa.
showing opposite, but it's Electa. Go and support my sister here and get to learn more about what she posts.
Thank you so much for hosting me in
Yeah.
your channel. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm here at the villa again. I just met this lovely lady here. Say hello.
Hi guys, welcome to
Emma_K.
yes. So my name is Winnie Carey. We came here to Marwa's party.
Yeah.
So far so good. We are enjoying here.
Yeah.
So support me, guys.
Can we see anything?
No,
It's
maybe
black.
you can.
Maybe. Can you see?
Maybe you can put the back.
Or just say your name.
Okay,
Her
my name is Winnie Carey.
Winnie Carey.
Yeah.
Guys, go and support her. Subscribe.
Mhm.
How are you finding this place so
This
far?
place is so good.
How
so
long have
good.
you been here?
This is my third time I'm here.
Third day.
Yes, I missed the grand opening.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So
Alright.
I came here to the party. So to interact with so many YouTubers here.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm glad you're hosting me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Alright.
Thanks.
I'm also here with a very awesome
Hey guys, welcome to
Emma_K.
Welcome to Hema_He channel. Please guys, keep supporting her. Please subscribe to our channel to reach 1,000 subscribers. It's _Electa. Please guys, support me too. This is my channel here. It's _Electa.
That's
Is it
it.
clear?
Can you see?
This is my channel. Please subscribe to my channel too. I will appreciate a lot.
Okay, guys, you heard it. In case you can't see, she says it's called _Electa.
Yeah.
Just meeting YouTubers all around. It's a sunny day here at Marwa's villa. Beautiful day out.
Yeah, they are going to come out. Oh, let's go see. Everybody's saying we should. Fish farming in Kenya. Guys, I'm rearing this fish for really luxury. But I'm not really luxury. It's one way of how fish.
Guys, our fish engineer is showing us how he feeds his fish.
So they like going to this depth because the shallow depth, they know that sometimes they can just be maybe withdrawn out or they are not secure where they are just maybe people can just view them direct. So they just go to the far end where the depth is somehow. Yeah. So that's where we are now heading so we can just give them some minutes because sometimes they fear human beings. Oh. Yeah. So they need that security. You can just see how they just bump in water. So let me try 300. Yeah. So you can just it's like this and so how do they do like food? Oh, food they actually float. It floats on top of water. So I told you these are just they just feed only the
Our fish engineer is showing us how he feeds his fish.
We are just going to do something very soon. So the boss can just tell you on maybe we are just going to tile this fish pond. Oh, you want us to tile inside or outside? It can just now give that shape. It looks like that nani there. So it might be tiled upwards and maybe give that then. Yeah. I'm only before I thought you could tile. Very cold. You know, tiles are very cold. You know, it's just one this perimeter wall here. You can just tie it from downwards and to this section and that perimeter wall. But downwards, it's just mud. Yeah. It will now have that decor of the house and even the good looking now. But will it not affect the fish with the cement? No, because the tiles are just fixed there. And no, I mean when they are making the work, you know, they have to. Now tiling it now. Yeah. Okay. No, we are just going to minimize or remove some water so as it can now. They can, you know, that's why we constructed a depth at the far end that's just deep. So as when I just open water outside, it will now come this way. This place will now be no water here, but at the far end there is water. So they can just do that work for like 30 minutes or 50 or 1 hour, 3 hours. So if they finish now, I open the water so as we can now enter. All right. Yeah. Guys, have you seen any fish?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
There. That side.
They cannot come where
The fish have started feeding on
and
them.
whenever somebody is just throwing his feeds, it depends on the movement of wind. You throw towards where wind is now blowing, because you cannot throw the fish from there if the wind is just blowing there. So it will now accumulate at one place, because they are just rampant all over this fish pond. So you throw feeds from where the wind is blowing from. So you can just throw it from that end, so as it can now blow via the wind up to the far end, whereby every fish will now get the feeds.
Guys, thank you for watching Marwa. I am _, and now I have to thank you for the before you thank you for your time.
Just allocated a fish pond, so I'll keep on giving you more updates in terms of farming on how it's done and this area. So guys, maybe you have not talked about this fish pond here. It has 300 fish, which are just fruit fish. There are just over 2 species of tilapia. That we have the red tilapia, bright red tilapia, and the bright black tilapia. So they are just breeding here. So you can just see from the previous videos and it's underscored. You can see the type of the fish or the installation we did here. They're just tilapia fish and catfish at the same time. The aim of we using the catfish at this place here, it was now to minimize the breeding habit at this fish pond. Because when we let them to breed, we are just going to get, after a 3-month-old, we are just going to get around 100,000+ fingerlings being just hatched at this fish pond here. Just hatched here, so they are just going to regulate the breeding system at this fish pond. So we are not going to get so much offsprings, which are just the fries and some fingerlings. So when we talk about fry, somebody is just talking about that a cooking method. That's not a cooking method, guys. A fry is a smaller fingerling, which is just from a hatched fish, which is over from the first day to like 10 days. That's very small. They look so small, so those are just fries. When we talk about the fingerlings, from 10 days now to around 2 months. So if they're just from 2 months now to 3 months to 4 months are now called the brood fish. From there now we have the big fish now. So the brood fish are always from 30 grams to around 90 to 70 grams. So after there we have now teenager fish, which are now coming to be so big. So those are just from 70s to around 200 grams. So we have from 200 grams now a big fish. So, but the lifespan of the tilapia fish goes up to 10 years. So from 10 years now you can just get a tilapia fish of around 5 kg at this. But we cannot reach up to that extent because the water level. So if the water level is of a high depth, so we can just achieve that. But if the water depth is somehow minimal, we are not going to achieve that one of 10 years. Because if you can just, they're just breeding, even if we have the catfish here, we have 300 fish and we have 2 catfish here. So that breeding will just be so much compared to the ratio of the catfish here. So guys, as far as everything is just ongoing here, so I'm just going to update more of you, and you can just go onto my project of fish farming there, where now we have the earthen fish ponds. These are just somehow a fish pond and a cage, because it's just constructed. But you can come onto my project, and or you can just chip onto my channel. You learn more about the earthen fish ponds and the cages. So the earthen fish pond have so many things to do with the fish farming, because they have the relevant rearing of those fish, which are just like the fish.
Maybe the last question.
Yes.
How can you advise a farmer who is watching right now on fish farming? Maybe he or she wants to start this
The point to take or to drive home is just one. When somebody needs to just start up a fish farming project, the only idea is, are you determined and focused on what you want to do? So if you are determined and focused, just go for that goals. So if you had that idea of fish farming, it's the same way of rearing them, because somebody can just construct a fish pond and say, so I have a fish pond, yes, so how am I going to stock some fish? How am I going to know if these are just good commercial fish that I can just stock here? But some can, there's just a challenge. When you start up any project, make sure that you have capital to invest, because you cannot just wake up and say, I want to start up a fish farming. So you should have a capital that goes hand in hand with that rearing you want. Because when you just construct a fish pond like an earthen fish pond, which is just somehow cheaper than these cages or these constructed fish pond, this one is so expensive to a person who is just starting. But if you have a good or some amount of money earning, you can just go and to just constructing this. But if you are just starting and somehow you have a small amount of money to start, you can just go for the earthen fish ponds, or we can just say a cage or a water tank. You can just purchase a tank or create some tank or construct a small tank using the bricks. Then you can just plaster or using the waterproofs, so as you can just stock their water for small amount of fish if you want that career to grow. And you now learn more about the fish, how they just grow. But for the earthen fish pond, it should be a rectangle in shape. So people are just asking, why is it in a rectangle shape? But you know, that's the easiest method, where by when the introduction of this fish farming came, people are not aware of the fish farming. So they introduced the shape of the fish ponds to construct. That's why they construct all over. You see, you can never get a triangle fish pond. Maybe you want for luxury or the decor of maybe you as a specific person, you want to construct it. So, but in terms of calculating the meter squares, now calculating per, you know, even if the fish you have just stocked, it's now calculated whenever it just grows. It has its own measurements, and that fish pond, how it's just going to rotate. So how can you calculate the playing zone of the fish and to triangle fish pond? So it brings that confusion in terms of calculation. So that's why they go for a rectangle fish pond. Those are good in terms of doing calculation, because even fish farming needs a lot of calculation.
Okay. Is this your profession or what?
It's my profession, but I never went to school in terms of that. Okay. So
where did you learn this?
I started the way my brother just asked me, you want to start up a fish pond and you don't have any idea. So I started with zero idea. So as I stocked and I just observe and maintain everything relevant to the growth of fish, I have to get the idea from that. So I observe, I see, I react upon it. So that's how you now learn from that. So I've been practicing this for 5 years. So it has been a while, so as I have full understanding about the fish farming. Yeah.
You have a parcel of land just beside Marwa's property. Is it as a result of this business or any other kind of business?
No, when I started to invest in terms of fish farming, I bought the land not knowing that I could just construct a fish pond. So somebody told me there's a land that's somehow cheap around the river, which is now this river YouTube. That time Marwa was not even around here. Yes. His father was just around here, was just planting here some sugarcane plantation. All of this compound was of sugar plantation. So at that time, the father of Marwa was the one who was just at this garden preparing some sugarcane plantation. But that time, I bought that land at my area. So that time, that area was somehow swampy. So they never told me that it was, so I sent my money so I can just buy a land that was just cheap. But when I came to see the land, it was a swampy area, totally swampy. So I just rolled into my mind, what am I now going to practice onto this shamba here? So I thought about maybe planting some rice, and no, I had no idea about the rice. And if you want to plant rice, maybe you should have a large market. Is my market there for rice? How am I now going to process the rice and to the finished product? I don't have those machines. Am I going to do it manually? No. So So I went further so as I can just see what am I just going to do for this piece of land. So in that period of time, I got government, the national government, talking about advertising. If you have a land that's favorable for the construction of a fish pond, they're just going to create for you for free. So in that time now, I went and registered to the national government, so they created me one fish pond. But they never told me on what to invest there or how many fish. So I went further to discuss on my own platform so as I can just know which kind of fish am I just going to rear there. So they just constructed a fish pond and they went. But before they could just went, I accommodated them because they never used any machine. They used the manpower in terms of the construction. So I asked questions now and then because I was the guy who accommodated them at my home. So they came from home and do work and go back home. So after they finished, so I had gained some experience from them. That's why you see at my project, I have 3 now fish ponds there. So the extra 2, I constructed them, me and my own manpower of people who just came for the work. Yeah.
That's good. I've heard you mentioning only of tilapia and catfish.
Yeah.
Can any other fish breed survive in such a fish pond?
Okay, there are breeds. We have mudfish can just survive here.
Yes.
We have, mudfish and the catfish are same species but different brands. The catfish is somehow pale green in color, but the mudfish is blackish in color and it's just somehow small. It has a small head, but the catfish has a big head and it's pale green in color. So those are just same species but different brands. We can just install trout fish. You know trout fish?
Trout or trout?
Trout.
Trout. Yeah, I've seen trout.
Trout fish.
What of Nile perch? Can it survive?
No. Nile perches can never survive into this shallow water. Nile perch survive in deep waters, like lakes and oceans. And mostly the point behind that scene is that the Nile perches, when we have water pollution, they have a very high sense in terms of water pollution. If you can have a water pollution where Nile perches are, they die all. So they cannot survive in shallow waters like this. They would have just died. But there are those species like tilapia fish. They have a long-lasting body whereby they can just withstand any circumstances or obstacles that might hinder them onto that fish pond. So that's why they are just advised you can just stock them. But the trout fish, mostly they're somehow small and they have so many like fins and they're colorful, somehow yellowish, somehow. So, but they're small in size. You can just rear them here, but if you have an alternative, if water is somehow silt, so if you have silt water here, you can now rear the trout fish. But if the water is somehow fresh like this one, you can now rear the tilapia fish. The trout are there for an alternative in case that water or that area is of a silt in terms of pH level.
What are the challenges that you face as a fish farmer?
Okay, challenges we have, sometimes we talk about, most of the people have just talked about, we have those feeds we buy at 160 shillings per kg. Those are just the pellets. But the starter mashes for the fast growing small fish, they go up to 200 shillings, which is like $1.5 per each kg. So if you have, you are just for the concentrate feeds, you are just going for to rear your fish. So it means that to come up with the whole session of maybe the cycle you want, maybe it's for 1 month or for 6 months, so as you can harvest, you should have gone for so much feeds in terms of, they are so expensive in terms of feeds. And mostly we have even the predators. When we talk about the predators, we have the predator birds, we have the predators people who might come and fish without your acknowledgement. So those are now the challenges. Theft is just there. And sometimes you can just find the climate is not favorable for you to just feed them here. So it's just going to bring some chaos in terms of growing posture. And the way we are just talking about, you cannot fertilize this fish pond here. The reason behind is that, you know, when you start fertilizing it now, it turns water into green. That turning water into green is just a section of a homestead. So it will not bring that shape or the color of water into investment or as a decor of this area. So in terms of this fish pond now, it lacks fertilization. That fertilization could just give out the growth of the algae into the water. So as when they just, you know, the entire life of the fish, the tilapia fish, they eat and up to their life cycle, they eat algae into the pond. So if you don't have that one, and algae somehow, you know, it brings that tension that you can just have a good quality product of fish from the fish pond. But these ones are not for commercial ones. You can just say it's not, it doesn't have any problem about that. But we are just going to use the concentrate feeds to feed them. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
The selection of an area, you can just construct a pond. We can talk about the construction of a pond. The type of a pond you can just construct. The type of fish you can install. The type of feeds you can just use, from the starter mashes to the pellets. In terms of the maintenance practices you can just do onto your pond. The pH values you can just use for rearing different types of the fish. We can just talk about the trout fish, you can talk about the catfish, talk about the mudfish, talk about the tilapia fish and the golden fish. But we have not talked about the golden fish because that's now a different agenda in terms of now rearing of fish, because those are just reared in terms of aquarium ponds or aquarium sections.
Guys, that was our very own fish engineer. It's _Jintu. He's very knowledgeable about fish and the fish pond and how to start your own fish pond, everything that is required.